Good afternoon. We're back again. This time with the IQ conversation. Now, you know it's going to be interesting, so let's go ahead and see what he has to say about it.
All right, so you guys are gonna get a kick out of this. This says the average IQ in the average IQ in the United States broken down by race/ethnicity according to Grok. Unfortunately, all you blacks in here, including myself, we're the dumbest on earth.
Yeah, bro, you're going to have to speak for yourself on that one. Nah, you ain't including me in dumb, not intelligent, uneducated. Nah, I'm good on that. You can include yourself in that group.
Well, the dumbest in America. I mean, as we all knew. It says average IQ in the United States are for Jews 107 through 115, Asians 106. Surprise, Asians aren't top place. Caucasians, at least you guys are still in triple digits. Hispanics 91, cold 91. Blacks.
Well, to go ahead and correct that, the only way to do those stats accurately is to take people from the same walks of life. It can easily be skewed when people are from different walks and you mash them all together, but go ahead and continue.
Why? Because all we care about is ice whips, and stunning.
That's literally all you do. That's all day, every day. Trying to stun on somebody, talking about how people are bums, right?
Of course our IQ is not going to be up. Yo, I dare you to bring up something scientific around a group of rogues. Man, what the f is old bitch nigga talking about aliens and space and shit? Nigga, aliens come down right now. I'm pulling out my stick, blaming it, get real, letting shit loose on it. That's what I'm talking about. The nigga about alien, nigga. We ready for this.
That obviously shows you don't go outside, because if you're speaking about, let's just say, this category of individual, they're more concerned about survival and just doing what they got to do. So if you bring that up, they're going to probably ask you what you own, and either you need to lay off of it or give them some of whatever that is. But generally bringing up a dumbass conversation, they'd be like, bro, man, get up out of here with that, bro. What are you even talking about, fool? Like, ain't nobody worried about none of that, bro. I got to pay my rent at the end of the month. Like, generally, that ain't even a normal conversation, or it's a conversation about games. A lot of people, they ain't thinking about nothing with that. They either want to be chilling, either having fun, or not thinking nothing about it, or they at work just doing the 9 to 5. Or if they in the street, they worry about what's going on in the street, but their least concern is about an alien, bro. Ain't nobody thinking about no aliens. Like, there's very few people who have the privilege to sit around and think about something silly like that. Just honestly.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, stupid mother. Pull out the AR and be that nigga. Like, you can't have a sophisticated conversation with the average black.
So babble about aliens is intelligent conversation? Or speaking about something scientific that has nothing to do with their everyday life, nor will it affect them, that's considered intelligent? All right, bro. Whatever. Every person in real life don't care nothing about that has nothing, like, if it has nothing to do with them in real life, generally on a large scale, people do not care to have a conversation that has nothing to do with them. They don't care. And that's just anyone, bro. It ain't got nothing to do with no ROG this or ROG that.
Like let's be real. So of course our IQ is gonna be at a minimal level of 85. So I mean, this is pretty much expected. Maybe in year 3500, blacks will at least be not last place. Maybe by then we would have surpassed. We don't have the work ethic.
You out your damn mind, because a lot of people work 15, 20 some years at the same job. There's plenty of black people who work 9 to 5s who have careers and everything else. The problem that plagues us and destroys us is the family structure. The lack of family is why we're in last place. It has nothing to do with not working. It has nothing to do with not being intelligent. But if you do not have a family structure and or a unit, you start from the bottom every single time. That's the difference. Now, when you speak about whites, Jews, Hispanics, and things like that, like Hispanics, they're kind of similar to us and they start from the bottom, but they have a lot more skills and trades. So it's a little different for them and they still have family. So their down bad isn't nearly as bad as our down bad. With Jews, they predominantly run everything and have a majority of the companies, and they have a lot of nepotism and things like that. So by default, they're not starting at the bottom. Now, I'm not putting blame on any other individuals outside of our in-house problems, because if we were to fix our in-house problems, the issue would be a whole lot better, if that makes sense. But if you starting from the bottom over and over again, I mean, yeah, it's kind of how it's going to wind up.
Yeah, and this multiverse will always be last place.
You see what I'm saying, bro? Like, that's weird. You talking about in this multiverse, and you wonder why people look at you like a nerd. Like, just think about this. If you at Starbucks chilling, right, and you just getting a drink, and you be like, well, what do you think about this multiverse and this existence in this type 0 society? They're going to look at you like, bro, what the hell are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter where you are, bro. You could be at Home Depot, and the guy on the line and be like, I think biologically we could be smarter. We had like a limitless pill to open our minds, and people will look at you like you're freaking crazy. You see what I'm saying? And you're upset because people don't want to have a stupid conversation with you, so you talk down on them.
Unfortunately, to all my blacks in here, you know what time it is. Like, you know how to get down, and
no, I don't.
Like, it's just sad facts. Just don't be a part of the stereotypes.
I do agree with that. There's nothing wrong with being better. Yeah, don't go to the lowest common denominator. Be better, improve, and do better for yourself. I do agree with that.
It's just that simple. We rather say twin than, we want to throw slang in front of every goddamn thing, all types of like, don't want to articulate, or do I believe this? Yes, I do. Go on Twitter.
Twitter. Your metric of education is Twitter. All right, man.
You mean, do I believe this? Absolutely. But we also don't work harder than anybody in America. Everybody else outworks us as well.
No, that's not true. Now, if you go and you look at these documentaries and all these National Geographic ass type of interview things you see going on YouTube, yeah, it would appear that way. But it's like, obviously, if all you're watching is hood documentaries and the trap and things going on in the streets, it's going to appear as if black people who go to work don't exist. That ain't even the case. Most black people work. Most work. Matter of fact, when they do these hood documentaries, they don't even talk to the people who work. They talk to the people who are in the streets. Like, the people who go to work every day trying to get by, they completely ignore those. They don't even talk to those people. And on a large scale, if you're in an average, just to say a regular average neighborhood, mostly every black person will be working. They will not be on the block. They won't be out there in the streets. And the people who are up top are monetizing the lowest common denominator, paying for their kids' school education and their houses and lifestyles. So they're monetizing that. They're making money off of that quote unquote gladiator entertainment. So it runs a whole lot deeper than just the surface level of what's being looked at.
In tenfolds. Bro, when I see a black with a house, I'll be like, damn, this nigga got it. Oh, shit.
You see that self-hatred, bro? Based on who you know, most black people will have houses. See, when you surround yourself with people who go to work and are productive individuals of society, or people who invest in futures, or obviously you're not around hardworking black people, because I know a bunch of black people with houses who got them legally, who either have master degrees, whatever, all kinds of careers, just all kinds of different things, whether they have their own business, working in an office somewhere, 9 to 5, put in 25 years. I know a bunch of people like this. So that just shows how warped your mind is to really believe black people really ain't out here doing this. Like, it's that scarce and it's that rare. It really ain't. Now, where you're at or where you're kicking at, whoever you're trying to fit in with, yeah, I'm sure that's common, but that ain't the norm.
I see an Asian with a house, Caucasian with a house, Jewish guy with a house, everybody else with a house,
And why is that? Why is that so common? Let's go ahead, because as of right now, the structure is getting broken apart and it's starting to hit everybody else, because it affects us first, then it hits everybody else. But why is that so normal? Is it because of family? Is it because they don't start from the bottom? Is it because they have 2-parent households? Now, I don't need to go there, but is it because they have 2-parent households? Is it because they have grandparents on both sides of the family? Is it because they have family on both sides of the family? Is it because they have 2 families versus just one and a broken one? Is that why? Come on, let's talk about it. Let's discuss why they are where they are. Did they have parents that plan for the future of those children instead of just leaving them out there to be asked out? Yeah, that's why it's normal. And people like you who still contribute to the problem and have the nerve and audacity to speak on the problem. It's crazy, right?
When I see a black homeowner, bro, I literally be like, it's just like, you know, it's not enough of, you know, the sophisticated or smart ones. It's more rugs. The rugs outweigh us. How many ghetto documentaries do we got to watch? It's too many of those and not enough. You know what I'm saying?
It's really not. You say gotta watch. Why y'all keep watching? Why y'all keep watching them? My thing is, that's why they keep making them. They would stop making them if y'all stop watching them. But if there's hood documentaries and they got 8 million, 20 million, you know, all these views on them, why wouldn't people watch them? Why wouldn't they keep, why wouldn't they keep making them if people keep watching them? It's supply and demand. Like, it's common sense. So hood life ain't even that prevalent. It's just people keep watching it, so they keep producing it.
It's okay to rog out and have a little bit of fun, but be successful while doing so, you know? You just came from the bathroom and seen this? Surprised? The science community tried to suppress these findings in the late 90s. Yeah. Now, could this flip and change? Yes. Here's how you flip this whole thing. You got to go biracial.
Right, because I definitely fixed it for your situation, right? We ain't even gonna go there, man. That's so darn silly. Nah, go ahead. Please continue.
Just that simple. You wanna increase black's IQ, you must race mix. To be honest, that's the only way to do it. You have to incorporate, you have to start doing black and Jewish. You have to start doing black and Hispanic, black and white, black and Asian.
Look, man, this isn't how any of this works whatsoever. What it comes down to is people who are trying to be productive versus people who don't want to be productive. It's all about lifestyles. If you're somebody who's productive and you're trying to make a future, plan for the future, you know, if you go to school, get a job, get a career, whatever it is, whether it's investing or learning how business works, if you're interacting with someone who believes the same way, like this is real common amongst the community. We'll say this though. The guys who are considerably, you know, let's say it on the smart side or the nerd side, or the guys who believe in working a 9-to-5 or having a career, they're considered quote unquote corny or not as attractive, and the women don't really want them of the community, so they move on and do something else. The reason why those guys and the reason why that situation changed is not because they were interracial. It changed because that person, they wanted to do better, and whoever was with them saw that, and it aligned. What they believed aligned. You got people who were, let's say, from the community. Let's just talk the hood, right? You got people in the hood who want to be hood. I mean, you got people where it's so ridiculous to where, let's say, if you're of a different race, you feel as if you gotta act a certain way or have swag or start slurring your words like, whoa, Vicky, and acting like a complete idiot because you want to appeal to the demographic. You see what I'm saying? So I guarantee you that interracial situation is not going to be any better. I mean, look at their mother or look at their quote unquote mother. Not saying she's a mom, but if your mama's bad baby, you know what I'm saying, or Danielle Bergoli, does that look like that's going to be productive? That's not going to be productive. You're going to wind up in the same situation, even though it's quote unquote interracial, because it's all about the person. That stuff does not matter. Ethnicity does not give you a default to education. Like, it's just be extremely clear, because that's not how that works, right? But if you kicked it with your boy this long, I appreciate you hanging with me. Links in the description below, like always. And in the meanwhile, I'm out. Have a good one.